Welcome to our video lesson called Overcoming Rep Resistance to Coaching. My name is Mo Balio. I'm president of Call Center Training Solutions. This is a great topic if you try to coach and some of your reps show a lot of resistance specifically to you in making that attempt to coach. And if they show a common form over and over again, well, this is what this video is about, is to show you a process where you can overcome that specific type of resistance that they're showing you. And remember as well that most resistance is just distraction. If they can distract you away from your goal, then they won't have to change. And the vast majority of people do this when they don't want to change, and reps are no different. So take a look at this list first and see if any of these are ones that you face on your center floor. Changing the subject when you try to coach them. Other reps are doing that too. That's just a subject change. I tried it and it failed. I tried it a couple of times and it blew up in my face. Seeming to be confused. This is a common one. Yesterday you told me this, now you're telling me this. I don't know what you want me to do anymore. Blaming other things. We often blame the system, blame the slowness of it. Claiming irrational challenges. I would try what you're saying, but I'm getting all the angry clients tonight. This is the worst one for me. Agreeing with you when you coach them, but then not changing anything. It seems like an easy one to get out of the dialogue, and then they just don't change. I'd rather you disagree so we could talk about it. And the last one that on this list at least is I don't want to, I'm not going to. This is a common, really it's an insubordination because they're telling you no. So you may have an HR process for this one, but if not, this coaching process may work for you. Now there are others as well. What is your rep's common form of resistance? And that's what we'll work on now. So here's the process for overcoming resistance. And the key is to get into a conversation with the rep away from the floor, not while you're coaching them, but when you're both relaxed after some kind of resistance has taken place. Step one, open the dialogue and point to their potential. Keep it very positive, and that will open them up and relax them further. So an example of that, Tom, I wanted to express that I see a lot of potential in you. I'm confident that as we move forward, we will see better and better results. You have a lot of natural talent. So you always want to start on the positive. Step number two, present the need for change. And this is really just a transitional statement, but notice the wording here so we can talk about it. With that in mind, I want to discuss something that I believe is holding you back. And I'm going to ask for your help in removing it. Now, I like to keep this personal, and that's why I like to ask for help. You might feel like we're removing our own level of authority, but remember, they're not doing the job. They're resisting now, and only they can change it. So you're not really removing authority or lowering your authority. You're just putting it back on them in a little bit more of a gentle way than maybe other approaches. Step three, define the resistant behavior. So now you tell them what you notice when you coach them. And an example of that, I noticed that when I tried to coach you, last Monday or in general, a common response that I see from you is, and then you just tell them whatever it is. Maybe folding their arms, rolling their eyes, turning their head away, using some of the ones that I showed you. So here's where you must be very specific so that they understand what they're doing. And sometimes while you're doing this, they'll actually show you that resistance right there, and you can say, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And most reps at that point will be a little bit embarrassed and they'll apologize. Now, if they argue at all, stress that your goal here is to be constructive. We want them on board for the long term, but explain that they have to be the one to make that choice for themselves, for themselves to stay on long term. Fourth one, contract for change. Now we give them the chance to be constructive. What can you do to eliminate this so that we can have more productive coaching and results in the future? Let them do the work here. Don't help them too much. Let them come up with the answer themselves. They have to do this or else it's not going to change anything. If they just say to you, I'll just stop doing that, well, you can respond, okay, great, but dig deeper here and ask, how will you go about doing that? Or what will you do instead? And then finally, confirm with them. Just state whatever you believe that you've heard from them and ask them for confirmation. And then just get that agreement at the end that they're going to go out and make this change so the next time you coach them, it will go much better for them and therefore much better for you. So this is a great process. We strongly recommend that you try this after you've seen 3 or 4 of the same type of resistance attempts from a rep. I wish you good luck with this. Thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you in future video lessons.